North Queensland is preparing to reopen its international airport and freely welcome back vaccinated overseas travellers on Monday for the first time since COVID border closures. Tourism operators are looking to Tuesday's budget for confirmation of a $15 million federal funding boost for the reef and the region. Far North Queensland international tourism has been grounded for more than 2 years. Now hopes are sky high for recovery, with the first travellers on the way.
Monday's news is really the beginning of the international recovery for Cairns and the Great Barrier Reef, the beginning of a $1 billion re-injection of tourism into our community.
The community has lost $3 million a day during the pandemic border closures.
Normally we have about 17,000 visitors a day, and we're down to a few hundred at the moment.
Other international airports across Australia reopened in February. It's a long-awaited announcement for Cairns to follow suit.
Certainly working holiday makers and our international students are back, but without having those direct services, we know that visitors would much prefer to come directly.
Tourism operators are also welcoming the lifting of a requirement for overseas travellers to provide a negative COVID-19 test before flying to Australia. That will come into effect on April 17.
This will really help destinations like ours for the leisure visitor because it has been quite complex and it is a bit expensive, particularly for families who are looking to come in to get that pre-departure PCR test.
The Morrison government this week announced a $15 million share of a $60 million tourism funding pool to go toward attracting visitors back to the Great Barrier Reef. Are tourism operators up there looking at the federal election in terms of impacting the economy and helping it along?
Yeah, there's no doubt that tourism is a really important part of this community. It'll be one that'll be closely watched. We're looking forward to seeing the budget on Tuesday night and seeing those funds confirmed and seeing that Cairns and the Great Barrier Reef can get back into doing what it's done so well for the last 30 years. And that's really leading the Australian tourism story.
Cairns International Airport will welcome its first international plane, a Singapore Airlines flight, on Monday afternoon. A record $58 million will be set aside in the 2022 federal budget to help treat endometriosis. The pledge will help create specialised treatment centres and increase Medicare rebates for MRI scans. Sky News host Julie Snook spoke to CEO of Endometriosis Australia, Alexis Wolfe, this morning.